In this video, I'm going to talk all about the Mini 5 Pro for photography. Morning everyone, fantastic to see you all again. So I'm here with the Mini 5 Pro drone and I've been using it for the last couple of months and I wanted to talk all about how I've been using it for photography and why you should consider this over other drones. I've got a Mavic 4 Pro. So you might think, why would I possibly want to use the Mini 5 Pro? But the reality is, I actually use this probably 50% of the time. And one of the great things about it is it's small. It's advertised as less than 250 grams, although you've got to think that even though the regulations allow more things for a sub 250 gram drone, in the UK certainly that's changing in January. So regulations aside, I think there's other reasons why this is great. So the two I use it for are when I want to hike. I mean, obviously this and the controller, let me grab that, which is probably heavier than this, weigh something around 600 grams, something like that. And that means it's super light when I put it in my backpack. And it just means that I don't think twice about whether I'm going to put it in. And it allows me to take photos that I wouldn't have been able to otherwise get. And then the other one is woodlands like this. You'd be amazed at how useful a drone is if you just want to get a little bit higher or into a little bit of a different position in a woodland that's hard to get to. And I'm going to show you that today. I'm going to show you some of the photos that come out of this because the sensor has been improved. I'll go into that later. And then I'm also going to share some of those photos as well as giving you a link that you can download the photos. Right, let's go and see if we can find a shot. So I'm going to get onto the quality in a minute, but one of the things that you might want to do is in woodland photography, you can see here, I can see the sky. It's not that foggy, it's a little bit drizzly, but it's really nice for woodland photography because everything's wet, all the foliage is wet, which looks great. But you can see on my camera that I've got a sort of a horizon line there, which doesn't look good. Now, if I shoot with my drone, and I'll just show you this. So if I fly my drone, you can see that now, if I just go a little bit higher, now this is going to be much higher than I can ever take a tripod, then I can start to get a very different perspective on this woodland scene. I can go forward a little bit, and then I can tilt the gimbal down a little bit, and then get something completely different that's getting rid of the sky. And I've started to use my drone a lot more for doing this. I think it's super useful. I'll grab the shot and you can see how this is going to look. So I'm just going to move a little bit closer to the tree and then just shoot down a little bit. And then that looks absolutely fantastic. Now, at the moment, I'm just bracketing with this. Probably don't need to, but I feel like that can increase the dynamic range even more as well. So one of the great things about having a bigger sensor should be that there's an improvement in noise at higher ISO. So what I did was I took this scene just before we went into the woodland. There was this amazing scene. Again, my drone just allowed me to get a little bit higher, which was a better composition. So I took it at ISO 100, 400, 800 and 1600, and the results are really good. The ISO 100 image, obviously the cleanest image. ISO 400 is a little bit of noise, but you can easily get rid of that with noise reduction. ISO 800, I think, still usable. ISO 1600, you probably have to do more noise reduction, but again, it's still a pretty good image. So a definite improvement on the Mini 4. And I've also put a link below where you can download all the files from this video so you can compare them yourself. So this is a perfect example of what I was saying about just being able to have a drone to get at a little bit of a different angle. So there's this broken tree here and I've got my camera as well and I was going through this amazing misty woodland, but I can't get high enough. You know, the shot through the camera looks like this and it's just too much sky. So I'm going to fly my drone, get a little bit higher, and I think that's going to make a really big difference. Right, so now I should just be able to go, I'm just videoing this, I should be able to go a little bit higher now, and then all of a sudden I can get into a position around here where I can actually get this broken tree. Well, there's no way I could have got into this position otherwise. And now here I'll probably go and take it. So now I'll probably just put it into portrait, because I think this looks good portrait. I'm going to go around it a little bit. It's so easy to move as well and compose something accurately. So maybe about there could be quite good, and I'm just going to do a bit of a pano. So maybe a bit further that way, maybe a bit higher. Yeah, so about there, and then bracket it, three shots on that, and then I'm going to go one there, one there, one there. Oh, and then I can just mess about really with it and just, you know, maybe just take one like that and do a bracket like that. But by doing a vertical panel like this, I'm increasing the megapixels. That's the key thing, that I'm now taking this 12 megapixel camera, I'm probably turning it into like a 24 megapixel camera. I'm bracketing, so I'm increasing the dynamic range. So, you know, you can get something really amazing. So one of the other big improvements with the Mini 5 Pro is that it goes a little bit faster. A little bit, not much going forwards, backwards, sideways, but going up, it goes much faster. So I think it's twice as fast. So that means that when you want to get above the trees like that, because I want to shoot down, then that's really, really good. The other thing is that the gimbal goes vertical, but then unlike the Mavic 4 Pro, where you can't tilt the gimbal all the way down, the Mini allows you to tilt it all the way down, so you can get shots like this down of the trees. So I can get a nice shot of these trees from a completely different angle. Find a good composition. Maybe we'll do one where the bracken is, that looks pretty good. And you can get like a completely different view on things. It's not going to win any awards, this photo, but you know, there we go. That looks pretty cool. Take that, and we'll go for a horizontal one as well, because I can also, with that, get more megapixels with pano. Boom. So I've got a few more things to say about the Mini 5 Pro. I've just printed out some images that I took with the Mini 5 Pro in the amazing location I was in, the Peak District. Yep, I've got my printer in my van, and it's just awesome to be able to do this. I'm very, very lucky. So we'll sit down, have a look at these prints, and I'll tell you a little bit more about some of the features on the Mini 5 Pro that I think are really good. Actually, before I start talking about these photos, I just want to say that I've got a course that I created with my friend from Iceland, Jeroen, who's an amazing drone photographer, all for drone photography. And if you want to improve your drone photography, it doesn't matter what drone you've got. And I've also put in a discount code to get 30% off. Just use Mini 5 Pro. There's a link in the description that takes you straight there. Right, let's have a look at these prints. Okay. So, before we look at these prints, and they do look good, I just want to say a little bit about the drone. I think overall, I've really enjoyed using it. It's fantastic. I mean, obviously, it's not as stable in the wind as something like a Mavic 4 Pro, but it can handle more wind than the other Mini could, the Mini 4. One of the great things, it's now got 42 gigabytes of storage on board, which I think is just absolutely fantastic. It's got a forward-facing LiDAR, which means less crashes, good for me. Got a track record of crashing drones. And it's got a little bit more flight time as well, about 2 minutes. I didn't notice that, to be honest, but, you know, any more battery life is definitely good. The other thing is it's got OcuSync 4 Plus. Now, I did notice that. So just having a little bit more better connection with your controller, I think that's so important. You know, quite often I'm flying behind trees or anything where I can get a stronger signal is really, really good. Right, let's have a look at these prints then. So, I mean, they're really good. This is just a 12 megapixel print, and the detail is just really, really incredible. But this one I really like. I mean, it's slightly more megapixels. This printing at A3, you're not going to notice that. You've got to print bigger to start noticing, you know, the additional megapixels. But this is more megapixels because it was a pano. But I really like this shot. I think it's turned out really good. So yeah, so overall, I'm pretty happy. I think it's a great drone. If you're looking to upgrade from a previous Mini, I think you'll notice a difference. Certainly in low light, it's a lot better. And I didn't talk a lot about the video features here, but some of the tracking is improved as well, and that is fantastic. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Midweek video, give it a thumbs up. I'm currently in just overlooking Wastwater in the Lake District. It's a stunning day, but I've hurt my back and I can't walk very well, so that's not great. So I'm just resting, doing this video. I'm going to go out with the Mini and take some photos now, and I'll show you some footage from it from here. It's pretty epic.
Time goes by, yeah, you and I are running out.